Okay, let's see how I created this thumbnail design. So I think I'm going to hide everything and we start from scratch, right? By hiding, you click on the object, the element or the image, and you click back here. As you can see, it goes behind the background layer. All the assets, I'm sending them back because I don't want to delete, right? Now this background, if I remove it now, you see everything, right? I removed by pinching. So let's assume this is a white background. Let's change this to white. So to change it to white, you click on the green background, you look down, you see color, you just click on. First of all, I've already edited this the exposure of this background, so you want to take it back to the normal, the original exposure, so that when you click on color to change it to solid color white, it will be an original white. Now if you did not do that, if you left it like this and you click on color, this is what will happen. It will not be an original white, right? Now okay, it's showing that you can adjust it, but off sometimes it won't show this, so it's safer to have adjusted it before changing it to solid color. So now it's like this, right? So what I want to do is to add the green background I used for this design, which is on saved on backgrounds. So I scroll down and I select this. This is the green background, right? You can adjust it whichever way you want. And I'll come to exposure and I'll go to blur and just blur out the roughness. So the next thing I want to do, I can add our robot image right here. Just add it right here. Now to save time, I will just be taking the rest information from the layers, right? So on the layers panel here, this is 3 images. Let's bring it out. Select and you click position, then you click up, right? So this is 3 images. Adjust this a little and you can try to reduce this. As you can see, it's reducing everything because they are selected, right? So let's click on the other stuff because I want to save time with this. So per day, so you click on position, you bring it to the front, you align and check the alignment. As you can see, it's in italics, but I tried as much as I could to ensure that there is some sort of alignment, right? The next thing we want to bring out is this with ChatGPT. Click on position, do the same thing, then get the script font which says free plan. So I use this script font to create a contrast in the font, and I also did contrast of color, right? Because the entire font here is just popping, so I wanted to like make a contrast of font. So we can still reduce this robot a little, you know, right? Then let's get the logo, ChatGPT logo, this one. Let's get it up. Now the next thing I want to do it from scratch. Those effects you saw, what I usually do, I'll go to shapes and select this, this stuff which allows me to insert images So this is what I do. Once I have this, I place it anywhere I want. Then I go to color, right? I'm clicking on this and I go to color and I click on this gallery icon here. And then I look for the image I want to use. Now the image effect I want to use is down here. This is what I want to use, right? So what I did was to just bring it here, right? But this is what we can do. Having done this, you want to go to transform and you click on stretch, so you can stretch it horizontally, and you can stretch it, you can adjust it vertically and horizontally, right? So I haven't done this. We put it here and then you click on blend, right? And you just select the one that suits what you want to do. So I think I'm good with this. Now because this is a green background, you may want to give this a little bit of green feel. So you simply go to adjust and you go to warmth. When trying to achieve green, you want to increase your warmth, and then you go to tint. You bring your tint back. It starts to give that green vibe. Then you take your saturation, you reduce your saturation, it starts to give that green vibe. Yeah. Then what I did again, I reduced the exposure of this background, so where the text is placed can be more visible. Then I think I did not blur the entire background. I think I allowed the noise and disturbance, that kind of a thing. Then this same let's keep the saturation. Yeah, I think it's better this way. Then I duplicated this and I brought it here as well. I think we need to adjust I think this is something we could also do. That something just came to mind now. Put this behind the text, right? And you reduce the opacity, right? It gives another sort of feel. If you don't want it to show by the head of the robot, you click on it, you come to eraser, you reduce it to the soft, and you just swipe. Just swipe before where the ones that are behind the head of the robot, and there you go, right? You can leave it, but I really don't want to do this because one thing with doing certain things in design, you have to ask yourself if it's flowing with the vibe, right? Is it necessary? It's not a race. You're not running. It's not a race. It's not so it may not be really, really necessary to do that kind of effect. So okay, the thing just went out. I need to launch the app again, and I think this is the one we're working on. So let's increase the opacity of this a little, and then you have to bring it behind the robot. I don't want it showing the robot's face. As you can see, it was showing, right? So you click on it to take it down. Now it's down. As you can see, it's showing now, but it's down now. And then the next thing I did, I brought this this font, this logo, ChatGPT logo, blended it to the background already, and I also brought it here too. It's a blend, right? To blend, you click on blending, of course, and I selected soft light. These are other options, but I'm okay with soft light, and I reduced the opacity, right? The next things, I think the remaining text, you just bring it out, right? What I did here is quite simple. I, of course, after writing the entire word, you select the text you want to bold, and you select the font. You select the text you want to bold, you select the font. Sometimes it would, once you straighten it, it may not be the same. As you can see, it may not be aligned. One may be bigger than the other. What you want to do to avoid that is to ensure that they are on the same line before going back to edit again. So let's just increase this one and see. So it still doesn't work, so you reduce it a little. Now you go increase this just a little, select another font, and you see it works now. So you can stretch it now without it breaking. It's aligned size and everything. So the next thing, the images you see behind, because of I'm saying generate more than 3 images per day, I decided to add some images on the background. So I just want to bring them forward. What I did initially, of course, I used that shape tool to insert these images, just like the way I brought this effect, So these images were already PNG files, PNG images. So I just brought that shape tool into Bazaart, then inserted these images through separate shape tool, right? So this was what I think. This is okay. There are some remaining lines I created, which I'll just bring out. It's easy to create these lines. It was created by I went to the draw section and brought out the ruler, and you just turn it to the extent that you want, and you select the pen you want. You can select any of these. So I selected the first one. I just went over it, and when I was done, I brought it out and I duplicated, right? And I simply selected the first and the second. Select those two, and that's it, right? So that's how I created those two. I'm going to bring these two out, and there you go. Then I simply saved the design, and I went straight to Lightroom. I sent the design to Lightroom to edit. And so the first thing I would usually do, sometimes depending on what I want, I could go to effects and add a little bit of dark shadow around the edges, because I want the information to be more visible, more catchy, attention grabbing. So I'll add a little bit of effect. I'll come to detail. I could reduce the noise if I see too many noise, and I can sharpen the design. Then I go to color. I can adjust a little if I want. Then I'll go to color mix and play with the green, because there's a lot of green here. The most dominant color is green somehow. So I could play with green. I could play with other colors I see in the flyer to blend with. You see the blue, the robot is a bit bluish. So, but if I take the blue section down, the hue, take it down, it starts to get some green vibe, right? So I like it that way. Then I come to grading. You can play with it here. It becomes more amazing here. You can go with this if you want. Just go whichever you want, whichever you desire, right? Just go whatever works for you. And yeah, so that's how you can create this thumbnail. I hope you learned something.